it forces you to get out of your comfort zone in your body, and it eventually builds the new neural pathways in your mind to get out of your comfort zone, whether you're public speaking or doing whatever it is you need to do.
Welcome to the Phase 4 podcast, inspired by Vishen Lakiani and Ajit Nawalkar, co-founders of EverCoach, a division of Vine Valley. In this podcast, we speak to coaches and creatives about where they were, where they are, and where they are going. This is an intersection of what we focus on expands, and your story is your superpower. My guest today is Yossi Montrose. He's a core stability coach and the founder of Performa Ball, which is a really unique instrument and idea that we're going to explore today. Yossi, I'm grateful for your time and welcome to the podcast.
Thanks so much for having me, JP. I appreciate being on it.
Yeah, I'm grateful. And I always just love to begin with, how did you end up where you are today? Tell us a bit more about yourself.
Okay, sure. So I'm 45 now, and although I don't, I don't really look at, so people are shocked that I'm 45. I thought I was 8 years old when I was 17, 18, 19. Like I was a little man because I had so much back issues, so many back problems, so much back pain. I couldn't move. I loved playing sports, but every time I played it, I was I could barely move afterwards. My posture was really poor. I was slouched. I wasn't in good shape at all. It affected, obviously, because I was so out of alignment. It affected my knees, my shoulders, my ankles, of course, my lower back. I tried doing some, gym workouts with weights and with, in the beginning, and I just didn't feel. I just felt that I couldn't move. I know what DOMS are, I know what that is, all about that, but I didn't like the way I could not even lift a plate up. And that could have been quite a dangerous situation, and it didn't help me fix my back. And on top of that, I had serious confidence issues because I was really badly bullied at school. And my confidence was at a zero all-time low. I went to the gym one time and I decided to join an ab class. At the end of the class, they brought out the ball. And what happened was, my body just took to it. It was fun. Like it was just so much fun and something completely different. As you can see, what a stability ball is what I use to sit on it right now and bounce and get energy and improve my back. But that strengthened my back muscles. So anyway, I started training on the ball. Afterwards, I came back to the gym and I went and messed around in it. And after a couple of weeks, I noticed where did my back pain disappear to? I'm in so much pain. Where did it go? I'm not in pain. I don't feel like an 8-year-old anymore. So I started really training more and more. And the more I trained, my posture started improving. My strength started improving. My sports performance started skyrocketing. And then I started, wait, hold on. I'm onto something here. So I started researching it. I started getting qualifications. I got a personal trainer's course. I did a nutrition and health, and I got into all of that. And after 2 years of doing all of this, I thought, I can help people with back issues. And I didn't know at the time that there was a lot more that I could help people with. So I started helping people with back issues, getting rid of their back pain, their joint pain, their sports performance, and all well and good. And it was great. And I was getting referred to many, many clients, and I was building up, a good business. I was going to companies. And then I thought of, but this also helps with mental health because of focus and also confidence. Like I didn't have any confidence before. Now, at say in my later 20s, I'm going skydiving. I'm doing swimming with tigers. I'm playing with fully grown lions. I'm speaking to the opposite sex. I'm speaking in public. Like, where did the confidence come from? And I realized that I didn't just build up my physical body. I built up both my mental, I rewind my brain completely and shifted the way my presence, my focus, my everything about me completely changed. And a change into something that's I could be proud of because I built up a life. I'm married. I've got 3 kids now. I've done so many awesome adventures, and I keep still training nonstop, getting mastering new exercises all the time. And now I'm really helping people who suffer from anxiety, who are scared of doing things, especially in public speaking points of view, or who need bigger presence to improve their posture. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment.
Wow, that's so cool. So there is a lot of similarities. I am 45, I'm married, I have 2 kids, and I had severe back issues as well. I'm not sure if my confidence it was shot once I got the back issues, but it's just to me, I'm listening to your story and I'm like, wow, there's so many similarities. And for the people listening on audio, definitely go check out the video of this, and we're gonna put it in links to check out his videos as well. He doesn't look 45. He's totally jacked. And is it because of the ball that you're totally jacked? And can you tell us then more about the ball, what it is, and Performa Ball as a whole?
Yeah, so what it does, the stability board you see at the gym is it's so dynamic. It's number one, engages your mind when you do it. There we go. It needs to be the right quality and shape. But anyway, it engages your mind and focus. You go into a gym and you see people, listening to music or podcasts while they're training, thinking about what their plans are later tonight. Their mind's not really in it. So they're leaving their minds behind and they developing their bodies, which causes imbalance and a lot of injuries happen because they're not aware of small niggles or pains that they could maybe should stop. And that they're playing is push past your pain, motivational music, and they push, and then all of a sudden, wham, their shoulder rotator cuffs blown, or their knees blown, or their back's whacked out. So what the ball does, it forces you to integrate both your mind and your body, not leave one behind, and build it up together. And the small stabilizers that are the weakest things that nothing really gets to it besides the ball, because you're forced to control of the micro movements with the balance. And it's unbelievable how that strengthens all the small muscles. Obviously, eventually the bigger global muscles, it starts to work when you keep training, because there's a lot you can do with it. And people are shocked. Like I said, like, without weights, you can build this muscle, you can do this. And I said, if you know what to do with it, so of course you can. And it's also, what is amazing is that there's no impact on the body, on the joints when you train. The gravity absorbs the impact of a gravity, and it allows you, if you're in pain, and I've helped so many people do this, move in a way that they couldn't move on the ground because of gravity, with less pain, and at the same time strengthening the whole foundation, so that once they get that foundation strengthened, they won't have pain in the future, and get an increasing blood flow because of the shaking, like small micro movements. You're increasing blood flow, which obviously aids healing quicker, aids the healing process. And that's what it does. Its power is magic.
Yeah, it seems like magic. And as you're talking there, I'm thinking like this isn't just for athletes or people who want to get fit. This actually can help someone maybe in chronic pain with very bad flexibility get better as well. Is that right?
Well, especially for people who are in chronic pain, who have bad posture, and also for confidence help, because it forces you to get out of your comfort zone in your body, and it eventually builds the new neural pathways in your mind to get out of your comfort zone, whether you're public speaking or doing whatever it is you need to do.
Right. And so I saw you standing on top of 2 of them, one leg on each. And it looked like you were just standing on the ground. And I thought, I'm not even trying that, because I just picture my legs slipping out and pulling a muscle or something. And so I'm assuming that a lot of people probably are like, I don't know if I could ever do that. But you think that everybody could do that. Is that right?
Well, anyone has the ability to do that if they train, but it's a lot of progression, a lot of building up, and it takes a lot of patience and time and consistency to do that. Everyone can improve their balance. I'm not going to tell someone in the get-go to start standing on two balls or even one ball for that matter. Even one ball is challenging enough for most people to stand on, and some of them don't even get to standing. It's not their goal. But there's a lot of regression, balancing on your knees, improving your balance. And that's, and then building the progression base so you improve your reaction time. And also, once you do that, there again, the many benefits come off. It prevents and reduces boarding because your reaction time and your balance is better.
Yeah, this is really powerful. I'm a runner and I'm thinking like as far as going in the gym and doing the weight machines, this actually might be more effective for some area, especially like your knees and hips maybe. And as you say, your back. I'm wondering, you said like so it helps with confidence. So you're in the gym, you're training, you find this thing, and then over some other area it develops your confidence as far as, let's say you said public speaking, right? So that's some kind of probably unexpected thing that you didn't expect to get out of this. Is there other things that you see with people that it's like an unexpected benefit that pops out of here?
Yeah, I've seen plenty from focus. Your focus because you've got to focus to stay balanced. It saves people from driving and accidents because a lot of people lose focus. Work, being able to be in the zone for longer, to be more productive. Helps with focus. There's so many different other benefits. Thinking differently, thinking new ideas creatively because your body's moving in a way in different ways. And going back to the running, by the way, just to, if you don't mind, um, I've helped runners who had knee problems because the pavement pounds the joints the whole time, and you're wearing away those joint muscles. And people need to be aware that once you wear those joints, there's a lot of more friction, a lot more pain, and the muscle supporting is going to wither down. So you need to strengthen in a very smart way, and the ball does that. It develops all those small stabilizers surrounding the knee joints, surrounding the ankle joints, and obviously protects the banks and acts as a bigger shock absorber. So from that point of view, and plus the balance, to get more efficiency, which improves performance and speed time.
Yeah, no doubt. So even something like the bands, right? The bands is one way, but that's very, I don't know if linear is the right word, but with a ball, you get a lot more movement all around and it's more fluid. Where the bands, it's almost just like you have to go left, right, back, forward, push, pull kind of thing.
And it gets boring. Like, a lot of people give up because it gets boring. If it's boring, why should I do it? Um, so yeah, the ball is very dynamic and it helps all those small stabilizers like, what the band does, but a lot more so because of all those added stable, small micro movements that you are doing.
Yeah, that's beautiful. My next question was if people do get unmotivated, how do you keep them motivated or just they try it and they think it's not for them. But like you said earlier about standing on two balls, you didn't just start there. That's a progression that you get to. So how do you keep people motivated to keep coming back to do this?
Well, number one, it feels good. You feel like especially, as you master like a basic exercise, you get a hit of dopamine. And yeah, dopamine feels good. And this is a healthy way of getting dopamine hits. A lot of people do it on social media, scrolling, addiction, whatever other addiction, they get hits of dopamine. But this, and how to actually help people with mental health with this. All these small hits of dopamine that, it's getting to the brain, which is important to have, but in a healthy way. It keeps you like, wow, this feels good. This feels amazing. I feel like I'm going to work. So I never thought I could actually do this exercise, and now I'm doing it. I never thought my body was capable of doing it. And now what's next? There's always a next level. There's always a gamifier, basically, now that you're comfortable and you're balancing on your knees and like now it's kind of getting boring, which like who thought that would be boring in the beginning? So everything was engaged. Now there's a next level. Now it's getting, standing position, whatever it is. And that's how you keep one motivated.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's always the next level, right? And to me, this is such a cool thing. I'm wondering, so um flexibility. People think that they might okay, so the mindset. First there has to be a mindset shift from I can't do that to like, maybe I can't do it today, but if I go with Yossi, I'm gonna be able to do it in a bit. So how do you get people to fix those mindsets that are they're looking for breakthroughs in like flexibility, let's say, or just in growth at that direction?
Well, in flexibility, it's a whole different. I mean, I have a lot of stretches on the ball, but it's not a flex. I mean, and it improves flexibility for sure. But it's other. I mean, and I can use it as a flexibility based. And I do at the end. I do the standard. I'm not one of those flexibility coaches or yoga. So if they're looking to really get flexibility, yoga would be a better fit. But they got to be careful not to overstretch muscle because it's like a balance. It's like fine tuning a guitar. You need to have it can't be too tight and it can't be too flexible either. Otherwise, it will snap and break. So it needs to be a balance. So it depends on what your goals are and what you want to achieve. The ball is an amazing tool and medium to do a lot of these things, or pretty much all of those things. But you need to find what's something you enjoy and you can stick to, and if it's sustainable, you'll see results, and if you're consistent.
Yeah, consistency is the key, I think. When we're talking about mental health there, it's like body, mind, spirit, but physical, psychological, and emotional. And Joe Dispenza says if you can get 2 out of those 3 working for you, eventually the third one will just fall into place. And so I hear you talking about mindset, dopamine, neural pathways, neuroplasticity. And so is this a part of the coaching, not just the ball? We're talking about this as well as a person as a whole. We're going to work on this part of your physicality, but we also have to work on the psychological and the emotional.
Yeah, so that's where my 12-week program comes in here for people with anxiety who suffer from, poor posture. That's where exactly what it works on neuroplasticity and building new pathways, rewiring the mind, rewiring the body. And it's like what I actually get them to do, part of it, like once they have the foundation after the first phase, which is like the first month, while they're balancing, I actually get them to practice their talk or their speech while they're balancing. And what this does, it throws them off initially because it's like very difficult to focus on now 2 different things, but it's expanding you, it's rewiring your brain, it's building new neural pathways. And, after a bit of practice and they're able to do that, nothing's going to throw them off when they actually give their talk without, the ball.
Yeah, that's powerful, right? Just stretching yourself all around. I have a question I ask everybody. So this is the Phase 4 podcast, and Phase 4 in the 6th phase meditation by Vishen Lakhiani is all about creating your future 3 years out. So where is Yossi 3 years from today?
Yeah, well, giving a lot of retreats to executives, coaching, to executives on C-suite levels, using my system, having a broad-based online program for different people, whether that's back issues or improving balance, performance, and being a keynote speaker myself.
I love it. Yeah, keynote speaker. You got a lot of the same things I do. I love speaking and practicing to get better at it. And there's something about keynote speaking. I'm sure you know this when you're speaking to a bunch of people and you can see someone light up because they got it and you can see it click. It happens in coaching too, right? But when you see that click go, it's just like, okay, I know this is my purpose and this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Definitely. And that's what it's about. It's helping other people and inspiring people to make the first move. A lot of it, life is so difficult, and a lot of people, a lot of things get people down, and they go to negative escapes to escape everything, and that doesn't make things better, makes things worse over time. So this is very much new, getting into a physical body, having something fun to do, doing something and sticking with something. Just as you said, everything else falls into place. Once you have the emotional and the physical, the psychological will fall into place, whatever. It's getting a better you. So you'll be able to take advantage of opportunities once they arrive because you'll have energy, you won't have back pain, you'll be able to move without no problem. If you need to play with your grandkids, be involved, not just sit on the sidelines. And that's what it's about, it's being involved.
Yeah, that's a great message. It's a powerful message that's evergreen. It's always going to be there. It doesn't change 20 years, 40 years from now. That's a message you want to deliver to everybody. I think one one thing to me, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. This sounds like the ball thing that it's like a meditation of sorts. Is that correct or no?
It definitely has aspects to it for sure because of the focus and the attention. You got to really be aware of what your muscles are doing, what it's where it's working. So of course, in terms of just being present in the moment, there's obviously different types of meditation. There's some meditation that's completely relaxing and you're lying down, and but you might fall asleep or not. I don't know, but those sort of things. But also helps your breathing because when your posture, from a skeletal point of view, when your posture is better, your breathing is better. You open up. So you're able to breathe deeper, less stress, push off the stress, and that in itself is, a form of meditation.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now I have a couple more questions. I'm wondering about your own routine. Do you have a routine that you start your morning with, or that you're just non-negotiables, or something that makes you as strong and powerful a leader as you are?
Yeah, I do have a routine. I have quite a strong routine. First thing in the morning, after going to the bathroom, I have drink 2 cups of water. And then I spend about 20 minutes or so praying. And then, so it's meditation or prayer, whatever the case is. So that's very important. So I have a healthy breakfast. I don't eat any very focused on nutrition, what I put into my body, because that fuels muscle growth, that fuels energy, less being, what's the word? Dull up there, there's a way, I forget the word, but anyway. So yeah, and then I'd normally, because I've got, then I go to work, I'm working on, my business. I've also got to include my family life, look after my kids and well, brain fog, that's right. So, um, and, I'll make sure to train myself, pretty much 5 times a day, 5 times a week. Sorry, not 5 times a day. I sit while I'm working, so I've got the movement and exercise to keep my blood flow and energy going naturally without needing to have coffee while I'm working. But then I train myself, and I have specific goals that I want to reach. So you mentioned me standing on 2 balls. I'm busy of getting handstands on 2 balls, and I'm getting it, and I'm slowly getting longer and longer. So the kind of crazy stuff. Um, and whether it's at 11 o'clock at night after I put my kids to bed and with the wife, whatever, I'm there training. And like, it's a non-negotiable for me. I have to show up. It doesn't matter what time it is. I've got to train. I've got to push myself. And because if I don't, then, you come slide if you're not going any further, and you need to keep that momentum and consistency.
Yeah, your future self is thanking you for that. I do it too, man. My guy's like, well, it's raining. You can't run that far today. I'm like, the plan says I have to run that far today. I don't have a choice. Um, I wonder, how long did it take you to get the four? So one time I saw you with 4 balls and you were doing push-ups on them. Like one arm on each ball, one leg on each ball, 4 balls doing push-ups. How long did it take you to get to that level? That's extra.
Yeah, look, keeps progressing, and then I started, that got easy, and then I got to putting 4 Bosey balls underneath the 4 balls and started doing push-ups on that. And then
That
they're stacking the balls up, 2 on each other, and then 1 ball in the front, and push-ups on that. It's progression. It's like, once you start getting it, oh wow, I can do it. This is getting comfortable. You got to change it. You got to then progress it. So how can you progress? This is where creativity comes in, the thinking out the box. What can I do to challenge myself a bit further? Because otherwise it'll get boring, and then you might go back. You might lapse a little bit, so you got to keep pushing yourself and keep having those goals. My goal is not to like look a certain way, although it comes with it. It's a byproduct. A build muscle. It's a byproduct of what I do. But doing all these different things, like I have a goal. I want to, I'm halfway doing pistol squats for 1 ball, 1 leg on the ball, and I want to go all the way down. So that's, and I'll get there. And once I get that goal, I have to get to the next goal. I want to jump from one leg onto the another leg on one ball onto another ball on one leg. Instead of, I can do it on two jump from two to two balls, but now I want to go from one leg to one leg. So there's always a never-ending progression.
Yeah, I love it. So just a couple things as we're winding down. If this episode resonates with you, please like, subscribe, share, and follow. Reach out to Yossi. This is phenomenal. It's definitely something unique. My listeners, especially anyone towards exercise mindset, that part of the growth and personal development, go check this out. This is huge. But we're talking now, he's talking about stretching yourself, expanding. What we focus on expands. You're talking about setting goals, talking about creating energy. You don't have to wait for energy to come. You can create energy. And even as we're talking, Yossi's bouncing up and down on this ball, and I'm just sitting here. And I'm picturing my back like an accordion flat, because I'm just sitting here, where his is getting stretched. And then those cerebral spinal fluids can move up and down and get rid of that brain fog, bathe your whole body the way it's supposed to, and go circulate throughout your body. So this is a part of the show where I kind of let the guests take it wherever they want. So if you have something to sell it, a message of hope or inspiration, or if you want to wrap it all together, take it away, Yossi.
Thank you. I appreciate it, JP. So my message is clear: there's never too late. To start getting healthier and start getting without pain. You're not meant to live in pain. The body is an extremely intelligent thing that's not meant to be abused. When you're younger, you can abuse it. People abuse it, but you pay the price and quite dearly sometimes for it. You need to look after it. It's the only place we have to live. It's not a short term. It's not about getting a six pack immediately. Just to look, as a short term goal and taking whatever steroids to get there or starving yourself. It's not about that. It's about longevity, sustainability, being healthy, being able to move, to be able to just enjoy your life and to be present in special moments and every moment can be magical. Every moment can be energized. We don't have to be so passively, as you say, in a chair and, with the chairs supporting the spine, basically it's atrophying the back muscles and the leg muscles. You don't have to do that. You can take charge in what you do. You can change small things, whether it's from nutrition point of view. Cut out the crap. Cut out some chemicals or the processed sugar. Or, with the movement, just sit on a ball to start 5 minutes a day. Start bouncing a little bit. You'll feel that energy. You'll feel difference. And then one thing leads to another. So you want to go into a virtuous cycle as opposed to a vicious cycle. And that's what it's about. And the more, you do that, the more vibration, you increase your vibration frequencies in your body and you attract better and bigger things.
Awesome. I got two more questions, and one of them is there something I left out that you want to talk about, something I should have asked you that I didn't?
No, I'm pretty much covered. As I said, I'm focused on very much, getting people out of anxiety with my 12-week program and getting them to be the best version of themselves, increasing their presence by having better posture. But we've covered pretty much, everything that's supposed to be covered.
Yeah, for sure. And then my final question is always, how can people reach you?
Yeah, so either through my website, which is www.performaball.com. We'll send out the links. I'm on LinkedIn, Instagram. Just search Yossi Montrose on pretty much all of them, and you'll find me.
Awesome. Yossi, I'm so grateful for your time today. This was awesome and very informative and pretty flexible. So thank you very much.
I appreciate it, JP. Thank you for having me on the show.